everybody, and welcome to the Wealthy LaLa show with myself, Laurie Laursen. Today is episode 225, and I am going to talk again. Today is, Friday. It's Friday. And on Fridays, I've been doing the It's Not Your Money book by Tosha Silver. So, how to live fully from divine abundance. And yeah. So I've been doing this, and so this was the finishing or whatever of week 4. And I wanted to start off by reading her divine abundance prayer that she asks us to read every day. So, Divine Beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all. Let me be an easy, open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my own needs are always met in amazing ways, and that it's safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself, so I may carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I'm utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. All is well. And I did actually do the recording on my phone. And so I've been listening to it from there, on there too, like hearing it in my own voice. And I just like these other little ones too, so I'm actually going to read them. Change me, Divine Beloved, into one who fully trusts that all true needs are always met through your bounty. Let me surrender and allow you to be my source for all. Let me breathe, relax, and let you lead. I am safe. I am peaceful. All needs will be abundantly met. I am yours completely. And I got this card deck. They're called The Universe Has Your Back by Gabriel Bernstein. And this morning I picked a card and it said, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. And I am really surrendering, letting go to these things that I'm attached to. One of them is, as I've been talking the last few days about my knee pain. So yesterday was a not great day, as in, it was really hard. And when I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza talk about his healing journey with when he was hit by a vehicle and then broke like 6 vertebrae in his back, and they just weren't sure if he was going to, they told him they weren't sure if he was going to walk again and stuff like that. And something told him to just imagine seeing his back being rebuilt, that if there was something that us is a part of that's greater than us, that's watching us, he was going to let that, universe, divine source, unified field, quantum field, know that what he wanted done, and that was that he wanted his back healed. And he talked about how he literally had to talk himself into not allowing the fear and the panic and whatever to, overwhelm him. And, I don't know about you guys, but, you hear about it, someone, sure, they're a real person and, they do these workshops and all that kind of stuff. But in some ways, it still sometimes feels like it's kind of untouchable for us. It's felt that way for me anyways. I don't know if you guys can relate. And yesterday was a day I actually had my grandsons, and I was really grateful for that because the two of them are just such, they're still so just themselves. And the 10-month-old grandson, he's just smiles. Oh my God, smiles so much. Doesn't get excited about anything except pretty much when he's hungry or tired. And my other grandson is just so like content in himself, and there's such a presence about him. And then on top of that, like when he asks for something, it's such a pure ask. It's just, it's like almost impossible to say no to as a grandma. Oh boy. Anyways, so even though it was like a tough day physically, I was really grateful that I was like, what was right about this, that I had them on that day. Now, I'm not going to lie, by the end of the day, I was done, and I actually thought I needed a nap. So what was really interesting was I went to go lay down after they left, and I could not sleep. Thought, interesting. Well, I wonder if I go meditate. I wonder what that would create. Well, I ended up meditating and then doing this Wim Hof breathing thing. It's just breathing. And I came out of that feeling like, God, like 100 times better. Then I had a good chat with a friend about some insights that I got. And one of the things that popped was when Dr. Joe was talking about himself and how he had to keep, when he was laying down fully in bed and he had no proof that this was going to change other than his gut feeling, right? And just his knowing and his faith. Just like the card, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. And he had nothing but his faith and his intuition. And he said there were times like, okay, what if I don't end up ever walking again? Or what if I end up in a wheelchair? And those fears would come up in his head, and he had to stop himself and start over and allow himself to get greater and greater into this space of this is going to change. And so in talking about that, I ended up doing another meditation last night that was Dr. Joe's Changing the Boxes meditation. And basically you're in one box that you've got yourself sort of trapped in. You look at the different emotions that creates with you there. What are the thoughts that you think? How do you live your life when you're thinking those thoughts? And if you didn't have that, if it was changed and you created what you wanted, how would you feel? And so I was able to tap into this space of gratitude, freedom, joy, and relief if when my body is changed, like the knee pain especially. And would you believe I had such a hard time freaking sleeping then last night because I was so wound up and so energetically alive. It was actually pretty funny. I went to bed at 11, woke up at 2:30, and basically was up till 5:30. Then went back to bed for a couple hours and then, but anyways, so what's my point with all of this in reference to this book is that I'm aware of that for me right now in this 10 seconds, it's not your money, surrendering what's going on in my body to something greater, letting it know what I desire, and then allowing the universe to contribute to me, show me where to go, show me who to talk to, show me where to, where to go. And so there's action, and it's inspired action. And that's what I really got that yesterday was about. So now my knee is probably, I would say yesterday was probably a 9 or 10 out of 10. Today it's probably like a 7 or an 8. But it's amazing when you emotionally have your back, when you have this self-reflection, when you have this self-resilience, it is incredible what a difference your mindset does on the physical pain in your body. Like it just feels in a way like it's like, this isn't a big deal. This is going to change. I'm feeling very inspired by this whole thing. I think I might even cut grass today, and I've got this other stuff to do and meet a girlfriend. And so anyways, just abundance can show up in such different ways. And within the last chapter where it said, it's easy for me to receive, put that as a screensaver on your phone or whatever, on your computer, or put it on sticky notes. Just, it's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. And I get that me being willing to receive this different possibility with my knee, the energy that I be with it today is like winning a freaking lottery. Because yesterday I wanted to go down the discouragement. That's my old sort of pattern of thought. Discouragement, hopelessness, despair, be a victim. What were the other things? Complain in my head, feel sorry for myself. Like those were things that came up when I was doing this, meditation. So anyway, so if you're doing this with me and even just noticing in your world, notice where abundance is increasing in your world, okay? So in chapter 4, she has us revisit the abundance prayer. And then again, going and then daily. So I've been doing that. And then step 2, cleaning your space. So again, continuing to clean your space and also even cleaning it energetically. So you can do that with things like sage. You can ask for any energies that are no longer serving you. You can, ask them to go. Let's see here. What else does she say? Even the seemingly mundane act of cleaning becomes a sacred process once it's been offered. No matter how packed with clutter your home might be currently, you'll be building day by day a temple for love, receiving what you don't need, use, or adore. You'll make room for this divine residency. And I'm sure if any of you guys have heard about Marie Kondo, she's the Japanese lady who wrote that book. I don't even know what it's called, something with joy. But you go around your house and you ask all the items in your house if they bring you joy. And if they don't, then you have them leave. And you can only do it to the level that you can do it, but allow it to be an invitation. So, yeah. And I really noticed that, like in cleaning off my office, I'm probably about 80% done, cleaned off my office desk and organized a few more things. Took some things to Goodwill the other day. That bedroom downstairs I organized, and for the most part, the rest of my house is actually pretty organized. So, and if there's anything else, I'm just going to ask if there's anything else in my house that doesn't desire to contribute to me, or it doesn't contribute to me, show me and I will take care of that. Oh, and I did do the God box. So in the chapter before, in the 3rd chapter, she says to make a box that's called a God box. So God box, divine source, whatever. And it's where you write down those things. Like I could write down knee pain and then put it in the box, or money problems or credit card debt, and you could put it in there. Or, a relationship that you have with someone that's difficult, you could put it in there, like surrender it. And I have found, for me personally, I like the idea of having it here. I'm looking at it. I know it's a tool. I haven't actually used it yet, because I find that what I've been doing is as something comes up, I've actually been taking care of it in a different way. And remember, that's the thing, is that there's so many different ways for each of us. And so I've been taking care of it with EMDR, and I've been taking it with the EFT, the emotional freedom technique, and the meditations. So that's what I've actually been doing with that. So anyways, when it was just with regards to cleaning up your place, it says, go in small steps. You don't have to let go of everything you don't need right away. Release them, and even cleaning old stories that you have in your life, like things that you've been telling yourself for a really long time. Put those in your God box and surrender and see where things go. She says start with just one drawer at a time and then allow it to go. And I mean, if you guys are like me, you start cleaning one room and then you're like, oh, I think I'll start over here. The next thing you know, you've got 6 different places on the go. Another thing that I love that she says is, if you're struggling with this, she said, if you feel resistant, you can set a timer and then dive in and just say, for this hour, just take me over. Please make me ready and show me what to do. And, come on, source, use me to kick some butt. You can do that. You can also do a prayer. You can pray. Okay, God, if you want me to do this, if you want me to do this certain, seemingly impossible task, then change me into someone who can. Or please bring the right people to help. Okay? And you don't need to know who will assist, because the divine herself does. If you need it, it will come, or you'll be shown the right actions. Make this offering and stay open. Okay? Now, if you're thinking if you don't live alone, just start with your own stuff and just ask the universe to support you. Just take care of yourself. Just really know that when you shift things, it will shift things with people around you, okay? And here she does talk again about cleaning your house, clean your psyche. So as you clean your house, you may begin to notice that things in your mental state will start to open up and expand and clean too. Step 3, hopefully you've stopped saying stuff like this will never change, I'll never have enough, I'm always broke. Why does everyone always get everything except for me? So just really be aware of your thoughts. And I get that this book, I'm really enjoying this book. I'm enjoying what it's inviting me to, and I can see me choosing it again, like allowing it to sort of, read it, talk about it with you guys, hit a different level of it, and then choosing it again. And I just may do that, so stay tuned. And gratitude. So we're at the 16 minutes already today. The one thing I just really want to leave today on, besides saying that it's easy for me to receive, please let that be a chant in your head. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. But really do what you can with gratitude. Be as grateful for everything that you have. I could see, like, my daughter had such a beautiful big shower, and luckily there was so many people that actually gave gift receipts, which is something I will make sure that I do in the future, because you just never know what someone has. And she ended up with so many clothes that were 3 to 6 months, like too many for her and future children to wear. So you could almost find a place where a person could be frustrated and be like, oh my gosh, how come people, it sounds ungrateful just saying it, doesn't it? How come, what if so many people, why did so many people choose this size? And yet, what if we always flip those things? We take those things and flip it on its side and we go, hey, wow, how did I get so lucky to get so many things? Look at how people were, kind and enough to give gift receipts. And how did I get so lucky to have so many wonderful things given to me? I hope that helps, okay, you guys? So on that note, man, I've gone over. We're getting close to 18 minutes. And and there's even more still in this chapter. And there's meditations that I did. I recorded them. And we're just going to have to talk more about it next Friday. Okay, so you guys take care. Thanks again so much for listening. Have an amazing weekend. Big hugs, and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so incredibly grateful for you and for listening. Have fun, and please remember to share. Share it if you find this cool. Okay, bye.